Hey guys, it's Katie. So it's been 2 weeks post-surgery, and I had a doctor's appointment yesterday for them to review my incisions and see how they're doing. So this is the top one. It's a kind of hard to see right now, but it's a little bit more bumpy than this other one, which looks fantastic. They ended up taking the other steri strips off. There's only 2 left yesterday. While at the neurosurgeon's nurse's office, whatever. And then today, they actually turned my device on. I went to my my epileptologist's office to have him turn it on. Whew, it's going off right now. So when I went in, he actually looked at my incisions as well. And he was really surprised that it's only been 2 weeks after surgery, because they look really well healed and apparently really good. I take care of myself. So a little bit about what the device does and how my appointment went today. So he turned it on the setting it is now with a little bit of variation. I didn't really feel anything, and so he upped the I don't know if it was it was the hertz. It was the hertz that he upped. He upped that a little bit, and he programmed it. Okay, so this is too exciting because I'm a nerd. So get into his office. He goes and gets the programming packets, whatever you want to call it. Brings in this bag. And he hands me this wand, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And he goes, oh yeah, you've never done this before. So he hands me this wand. It's probably about this big, rectangular at the bottom and kind of round at the top, and has me hold it over top of the device. Now this wand has a micro USB into a tablet that runs the application that syncs up with the device here. So I held the wand over it. He synced the data, I guess, and it's programmed to have my initials show up, as well as social security, or the serial number, as well as the firmware, which, yay, it has firmware. So had all that information in it, and then he goes into a separate part of the menu to program things, and just starts pushing buttons, and he selects the numbers of the amplitude and the hertz and various other things for 3 different settings. So there's the regular setting, which is what it's on now. There's a magnet setting where if I need to, I have these magnets, which I will show you, that are super powerful and probably can't be really close to any electronics. They're really powerful, and if I put this up to my device, it'll send an extra stimulation that's more high-powered than what it is at a regular time. And then the third option that he programmed was for heartbeat increase. So it calculates your baseline heartbeat, and if you're 40% above that baseline at any given point, then it'll send an additional, like an auto stimulation. But it recalculates the base heart rate all the time. So if I say am exercising and my heart rate gradually increases, my baseline is going to gradually increase as well. So I could be sitting at a resting heart rate of 50 something, or my heart rate right now, which is probably about 80. And if I increase that to 100, then it has to go 40% over 100 for this thing to go off. And I don't have a feeling that I'm going to be using that. It's just a new feature they added for people whose heart rate increases right before a seizure, so as to anticipate the oncoming of a seizure and be able to let it die down, or I don't know what I'm saying, let it not be for so long, or even possibly stop it from coming. So that's what that little feature is. Anyway, so he programmed it once. Didn't really feel anything. And then he upped it and clicked confirm. And I felt this really weird feeling. I'll just call it weird because it is very weird. Where I felt like I was being choked. Towards the back of my throat, it felt like my esophagus was just constricting so tight. And my voice reflected as such, and I talked like this. And he's like, yeah, that's probably a little too much. Just because I couldn't stand it in my throat. Not because of the voice, but I couldn't stand the feeling. So he went off of that and lowered it to what it is now. And I still feel it a little bit. It's not as intense as the one he had programmed before, but I still feel it. It's something I definitely need to get used to. He said that feeling should go away within a couple of hours, but he programmed this about 2 hours ago, and it's still weird. I don't have the the cyberonic voice, but I have to go back in 2 weeks for him to reevaluate and program it again to see if I need to get it increased. So right now I'm getting 30 seconds of stimulation every 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes I'm a little caught off guard with this lovely feeling that is just a slight choking feeling. And then, he found out what pain med I was on, and he's like, you shouldn't be on that. So I got a different pain med, which are huge pills. So I'm wondering how I'm going to swallow these, given the feeling of constriction I have on my esophagus right now, to take every 4 to 6 hours. So, yay, pain meds. I'm trying to think what else happened. So yesterday I also got a sign off from the neurosurgeon's nurse to go back to work starting Monday, but she suggested that I start working from home on Monday, the 9th. So I'm going to be doing that, working from home for a week before I go back on the 17th, because the 16th, Martin Luther King Day. I'll get a 4-day work week in the office, and get back on track with things, catch up with my emails, and just catch up with where the team is at in our projects, as well as other things that we're doing. As far as everything else goes, she the neurosurgeon nurse yesterday allowed me to increase my weight limit to 10 pounds for the next 4 weeks, until they can guarantee that these are fully healed. At the rate they're going, though, it's probably going to be sooner than that with the healing process. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, experiencing the life of a cyborg, and it is definitely weird. So, yeah, I guess I will have another update in a couple of weeks as far as how the device is going, as now that it's been programmed and turned on. If anything happens between now and those couple of weeks from now, I will keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement, and for those of you that are still bringing meals by, I thank you very much for that. It's been a huge help because I couldn't really cook anything less than, or anything more than 5 pounds. I can't think. I need a nap. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Thank you guys for listening and watching and making fun of my goofiness. Again, this is not the same without Susanna. You need to come back, Susanna, and do my interviews for me. So anyway, hope you guys have a great Friday, and we'll talk later. Bye.